Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. My hormones make me a nutcase.
Good afternoon.
Hope you are all doing well. So, today we're going to be talking all about why everything starts to feel harder once you get over the age of 35, 40, into the perimenopause, menopause stages. And we're going to go into all things hormones, life, work, why everything starts to feel harder basically as we get older.
Hmm. Yeah, because they certainly do. I feel life gets more complicated, doesn't it?
Hmm, it does.
Because this is how I feel today. Everything feels hard today. And I'm not over 35,
I
but
was going to say you're
we're
not even
approaching.
35.
It's all right, it's coming.
It's coming, unfortunately. No, it's not even that old. Like now we're in our
No.
30s. I mean, I know we're like 32, 33, but I don't feel like I'm old.
No, and I don't feel like this all the time. It's just a day I feel tired.
Oh, yeah.
However, I know, like, if you think back, like, I don't know if we've had this conversation on here. I can never remember whether we had these conversations in person or like it's on here because
Who
we have
knows?
so many conversations and then go, oh, we should have recorded that for the
Oh,
podcast. That was such a
no.
good chat. However, like, when I think about it, I'm like, a few years ago, I was running like 3 or 4 times a week. I'd weight train, I'd swim, I'd do this, I'd do that. Now, like, I mean, I know I'm playing more football, but the thought of running like 3 or 4 times a week, I'm like, I just haven't got the gusto to do that. Like, what is wrong with me? Is it me? Like, or is it because there's a shit ton of other things going on? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the same. Like I used to go to the gym 5 or 6 times a week. And yeah, used to run a couple of times, used to do sometimes used to do classes. Now, like the thought of that makes me hurt thinking about it.
Oh
It's
my
just a
God.
lot, isn't it? I
It is. It is a
don't
lot.
know. But is that, yeah, I don't know. But
Or is it because as you get older, you realize actually I don't need to do all of that shit to get where I want to get? Why am I
yeah,
like pushing the boat so far when actually I really don't need to?
no, it's true. It's true. But I do feel like when I was training for the marathon, obviously I was running 2, 3 times a week and I was going to the gym a few times a week. And it has really since then that mine has reduced because of the injury. So I do, and partly just because I had the burnout and things like that as well. And now I've just kind of like settled in my nice little routine.
Mm.
But I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, I would like to increase my cardio just a little bit more. Because I walk and I do weights, and I do maybe one run a week, but I'm like, I want to up that a little bit, do a little bit more cardio. But yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just wonder whether, yeah, maybe it's just learning though, isn't it? Like definitely like a learning curve of like how your body reacts to things and where you are like in your cycle or your stage of life, how your body reacts to things, because how it reacted at 20 with potentially less responsibilities. Um, However, I used to drink more, so how did I not feel so shit? How did I do all of that stuff? Who knows? Because if I drank now, I'd poof, absolutely not. Written off for like 5 days.
yeah, I
But
think it
I don't
is.
know.
I think it
Carry on.
is just change in lifestyle and responsibilities change, like you say. And like now I've got to look after the house, got to walk the dog, got to work, got to build the business, got to do this, got to do that. Whereas like before, it was like I'd get up at the same time every single day. I had Crumble at the time, the cat, so it was less responsibility. It was just like get up, go to the gym, go to the work, go to the work, go to work, come home. That was kind of my life, where my life has changed a bit now. And it's not to say I couldn't still do that, but I just don't prioritize it as much. That routine isn't as important
Mm.
to me. Like I love to still go to the gym, but I don't need to go every morning before work. Like I go a few times in the morning and things. So
Yeah. And like you
Yeah.
say, you don't have to go absolutely ham and like knacker yourself out like before starting your whole day. And yeah, responsibility changes, doesn't it? Looking after people, being there for others and things, but still, you still got to put yourself first. So you still do those, like, still do the exercise and that, because otherwise you'll crumble if you don't do any of it.
Yeah.
But it's just having more of a balance, I suppose, rather than just being like, well, I haven't got to do anything today apart from go to work. Oh, yeah, I can train in the morning and in the evening. That's fine. I haven't got to feed a dog, feed a child, look after this, look after that. Like, life definitely lifes, doesn't it? It gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I know me and you haven't got kids, so we can't relate completely, but there are people our age that have got young kids now, that early 30s when people are having kids, aren't they? Maybe even early, whatever. But trying to balance working out plus having little ones running around or babies to look
And
after.
waking you up in the night and all of that makes a
Yeah,
massive difference. Your sleep, we've said this a million times, but if you've got shit sleep, the rest, everything else you do is going to be pony.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you're not going to have that motivation. And especially when you go into like jumping a little bit later, but like perimenopause and stuff, naturally, because of the way your body feels, you then have less motivation to want to go and move your body, even though that is a great thing to do. Because of
Mm.
the way you feel, you then struggle to do that. And naturally, people that go into perimenopause start to exercise less and move less and do all those kind of things as well. So,
Yeah, and eat
yeah,
more because you're tired and you're trying to keep yourself awake, and you think, oh, if I have a bit of
exactly.
chocolate, it's going to give me some energy. And then before you know it, you've eaten a whole bar of chocolate, or you've eaten multiple different things to try and energize yourself, or drink loads of coffee, and none of that
Mm.
really works.
No.
And then you're adding up your calories, and like you say, then the weight piles on because you're stuck in that cycle, aren't you? Whereas when your
Yeah.
sleep's good, like
Yeah.
everything else can function from there. I think that's one of the things that I like really try to help people with at the beginning when they first come into training. I'm like, right, what's your sleep like? What time do you go to bed? What do you do before you go to bed? What's your routine? Do you sit up and watch TV? Do you read a book? What happens?
Mm.
Because I was looking at someone today and it was saying that they were on, because I can see it on HubFit. I can see how much they've slept, and it says that they've like fallen asleep at like sometimes midnight or half midnight. And I'm like, is this telling me the right things? Like, because if you're falling asleep between anywhere between 11 and half midnight, is this something that we can change?
Mm. Yeah, that's baffling to me. But those people do. Most people do go to bed
Yeah,
at those
most
times.
people, yeah, they
Then
go
they,
to bed at 11.
yeah,
That
that,
seems to be like the standard people get to it. And I remember when we were younger, actually, my mum, I used to sit up with mum until like, I'm like, oh, can I stay up till 11 when you go to bed? Ha ha ha. Like, oh my God, I wouldn't do that now. Like,
get
and
me
mum
to
and dad
bed at
actually,
9.
yeah, absolutely. Mum and dad go to bed at 10:30 now. So they go to bed earlier than when I was younger. But like, you're like, oh, how did I get up for school the next day? Like, what on
Yeah,
earth?
yeah, it's crazy,
Because as
crazy.
soon as I go to bed now at like 10:30, quarter to 11, 11 o'clock. Oh my God, if I'm not asleep by those times, the next day, oh,
Yeah.
the struggle.
But some people are just so used to it, aren't they? I think a lot of people are used to surviving off 4, 5, 6 hours sleep, and they just get used to that kind of groggy feeling. And I know it's different, obviously, if you've got a baby and stuff, because you're just relentlessly tired all the time, and that's just horrendous. But
Mm.
I think people start to get used to that lack of sleep. But it really does impact you. And yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
you're
honestly don't know how people survive.
no.
Like,
No.
like the dog had me up on Sunday, 4:30, 7 a.m. And I was like, right, okay. Like, he had a bad belly, so I was like, okay, well, I'm glad you came and got me. However, fine. Sunday, I was fine. I was like, oh, got more energy than I thought I would. Like, okay, this is all right. Yeah, that caught up with me. I'm now like
Yeah.
post 2 days of not having like a full night's sleep and like getting to bed a little bit earlier because I'm like, well, I better walk him around the block and make sure he goes up to the toilet just in case. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a kid.
It's the day after because we went out Friday and I think I lasted till about 12:30, which is quite good for me. Probably people are like, what? But
That is good.
and I had maybe 4 or 5 Aperol spritz, which is a
Oh
lot
my
of it.
God.
I
Who
know.
are you?
Who even am I? But yeah, I was like living the life. I literally had the best night. It was so good. Um,
She went to a gig, by the way, if
oh yeah, I
anyone's
went to a gig.
asking.
I went to see Neo, I went to see Akon, and it was really good. It was like 2.5 hours at the O2. It was great. I was like dancing, partying it up. It was fun. And but yeah, that night slept really badly. Was just we were in a hotel to be fair, but it was like because I had a drink, woke up every couple of hours. It was hot, and this is going to sound really princessy and really bad, but I'm going to say it anyway. But
She's a
basically,
princess.
we have a super king bed at home, right? And in the hotel they had a double. And I like to sleep on my front and like sprawl out. That's just naturally how I sleep. And because I can do it, I'm used to it. So every time I like rolled over, I'd like hit Sam or something, or he'd be in my way, obviously in my way. And then so it was just like I had to like lay on my back like really still. So again, I know that sounds really princessy, but I just didn't sleep very well because of that.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, isn't it? I feel like that when I go away with someone, like when we go away together and we got to share a bed sometimes and they're not ones where you can slightly move it. I'm like, do not move, do not wake her up, do not wake her up. And I'm laying there all night thinking, oh, just don't move because you might wake her up. I hate it. I hate it. I'd rather go and sleep on the sofa because I know I'm not
Yeah.
going to
Well,
disturb
you literally
anyone.
did,
I
didn't
can
you?
move. Yeah, I can move. I can do what I want. I'm like, no, I'll sleep on the sofa. I'm fine. Like, my sleep just gets so interrupted if I know someone's there.
But literally that next day, I kind of just like got through it. Like got up, went for a walk. It was sunny, so it was nice. Did loads of stuff that day. But then that night again, we stayed away, so I didn't sleep as well because of the bed. And but the next day, I woke up and I was like, I had a bit of a headache. I was really tired, and I was like, that's just from yesterday coming up. It's like 2 days afterwards that I always find it's like the worst because it's almost
Mm,
like you kind of just know you're going to feel rubbish that day. So you kind of accept it. And you're like, oh, yeah, I feel groggy. But then the next day, you're like, expect to feel better. And then you're like, oh, no, I still feel
yeah,
great.
I feel even worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think that's one thing to say that a lot of people have an alcoholic drink in the evening, like to like, oh, I just need to distress. I'll have a glass of wine or I'll have a beer or whatever. And again, until you get out of the cycle of doing that, you don't realize how much of an impact that one glass
Hmm.
will have. Like I said before, like if I know I'm going out, I'm like, right, make sure you don't do anything the next day because you're going to be ruined. But I will literally be ruined for like 2 or 3 days. It will take ages for me to feel any like I hurt. I feel like someone's beating me up. Like, oh, it's always around my neck and stuff. I'm like, this hurts so much. Are you okay? I'm like, don't touch me, don't hug me, don't get near me because I hurt everywhere. This is why I don't drink or very often. But like it has a massive impact on your sleep, even if you just have
Yeah.
one drink.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I never understood that, like, have a glass of wine in the evening or go out and dinner and have one drink. I mean, when I was younger, I was a massive binge drinker. So that to me was like, well, I'm either going to drink or I'm not going to drink. Like, I either drink to get
To
drunk
get drunk. Uh-huh.
or I'm not drinking. Like, what's the point in just having one? But even now,
Mm,
I just, yeah, like you say, if I just have one, I'll feel it. I'll feel it that night, and I won't sleep as well, and might get a headache, or sometimes it's actually worse getting one. Like when you start to like feel the after effects of it, it's just oh, I don't know, it's horrible.
yeah, I'm either gonna have one or I'm gonna have five.
Yeah.
Probably five. 100%. But it does make a difference, like the way you, yeah, what you do before you go to bed, how you set up your sleep, like I said, alcohol, what you're eating. Like I like watching my watch, looking at my watch sometimes. Like so, I went out Friday night and we had what did we have? We had like so you could do like this platter thing. This we went for these platters that was like you could have there was like two burgers, there was onion rings, like some sort of loaded fries and whatever. And we thought, oh yeah, cool. We'll get them. And we thought we could mix and match, like because they had different types of burgers and stuff. And they were
Yeah.
like, oh no, you can't do that. You have to buy this one. So we were like, oh, and I was like, I don't really like beef burgers. And the fries that they had on there, I was like, well, they were garlic butter fries with beef
Oh.
and shit. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. So instead, what we did is we picked different things and we basically shared it. So we had a loaded fries that we shared, like duck ones, duck hoisin ones. Then I had chi a a fried chicken burger. Like, and I would never pick that normally because I don't really like fried chicken, but it was that with peanut butter and sweet chili jam. And actually it was banging. It had lettuce in it. It was really, really good.
It does sound
Um
good.
Faye had a different type of burger. Then we also shared chicken tenders with a satay sauce and I don't know, there was onion rings. Anyway, like my sleep was terrible.
Mm,
Like my sleep score, I normally get like between 90 and 100 on my sleep score, and it was like 64. I woke up the next day with like my body battery's normally up near 100. It was at like 60 something, and that's just because we ate that. And we didn't even
okay.
eat it late because I was in bed by 10. Like
Yeah,
we ate that at like a normal time, like 7 o'clock ish. And because of the type of food that we ate, it makes a massive difference to your sleep in that
yeah,
unconsciously. The next day, I'm then like, oh gosh, why do I feel?
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I never used to notice that when I was younger. I mean, obviously we didn't have things to like track sleep and stuff then, did we? It was just you just get up and
No.
you get on with your day. But yeah, I think I've said it on here before, but when I went away that time to Egypt, and I think that was when I first got my aura ring. And yeah, just every day I woke up and my sleep was really bad because I just ate so much the night before and it was so tasty and I was just so full. My body temperature was obviously so high and
Yeah, because it's
I
trying to break
just,
it all down and stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, it was just, yeah, not good, not good.
Mm. So things like that have a massive impact. And then I don't think though, I don't think unless I was doing something like this or I had like a PT, I don't think I would have ever realized that would happen. I think because I'm
No,
in this industry, I look at it and go, oh yeah, look at that. That's because I
it's,
ate that last night, or this
yeah,
is because of that. Like otherwise, I would never have known. Like I didn't even know what a calorie was, like however long ago, you
no,
know. Like so, I definitely wouldn't have noticed because I always think that like through my cycle, I'm like, have I always been tired in this part of my cycle, or have I
mm,
just now realized it? Like I always remember being at work at a desk thinking at 3 o'clock, fucking hell, I need to get up and move because my eyes are shutting. Like I am gonna fall asleep. Like
yeah,
this is not okay. Like, but was that just at a certain time of the month or was it every day? Like I can't remember. So I
yeah,
don't know whether it's always been a thing or if it's just something now that I'm aware of.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always been a bit up and down with my emotions and who knows? I think there was a point where I did realize that it was tend to be the week before that I came on my period. So I then started to think, oh, it is every like 3 weeks or whatever it is. But yeah, I do think that that's probably been quite a recent thing, to be fair.
Hmm.
Probably the last few years or so where I've really started to think about it
Yeah. And I think it's come more into like society now, has it? In our worlds, I feel
in
like
our
it
world.
has. It's
Yeah.
more of a thing, like maybe not in everyone's, but in the bubble that we're in, it's definitely being pushed more. But yeah, your hormones again have a massive impact on how you feel day to day. And it's once you realize that's what it is, you can kind of be like, okay, well, I know that's what it is. So you don't like hate yourself as much for something. Or do
Mm,
you know what I mean? Whereas before it might be so easy to be like, oh, why can't I do that today? Why can I not lift that in the gym? Or why am
yeah.
I so tired? And things like that. Whereas like if you know where you are in your cycle and you know what happens, like obviously everyone's cycle can look different month to month and that anyway, it could be different. However, you if you are tracking it, you can try and it's good to track just so you can try and track trends and
Yeah.
patterns if you can. And I think once you know that, you can be a little bit nicer to yourself because, yes, it's not going to necessarily get any better depending on what it is. You can do things to help it, but at least you know why it's happening.
Yeah. It is interesting because even though I know every single month that I'm going to have my period, and that week before, I know mentally I started to deteriorate, I I still find it hard. Like even though I go, it's because of this, it's still hard to accept that the feelings that you're feeling aren't real. Like
Real.
they are real. Like yeah, they
Yeah, they
feel
are real.
so real at that moment. and you do whatever's coming up is, you know that it's probably because your hormones have shifted. It's not necessarily that you are actually going through a tough time, but it feels like that. And I'm
Mm,
sure some people don't get it, so sure some people do. But for me, like some months is like mentally like that anxiety, potentially the depression, like that can get really bad and then suddenly it can get better again. And it's
mm,
really, even though we know it's happening or I know it's happening, it feels just as real and just as bad month to month.
mm.
And there are
Yeah.
some months where it doesn't feel quite as bad and I'm in a better headspace. But yeah, I think even though we can be aware of it, it still doesn't make it necessarily better,
No.
which is annoying
Yeah.
because you think that
Oh,
we'd be able to go,
absolutely.
oh,
That's
it's that
fine. I'll
time of
just
the month
crack on.
again. Yeah, but in that moment,
No.
it's like I feel shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, exactly that. Like, and it's like those things, isn't it? When you get angry or like, oh God, Dad could just walk in the room and I'd be like, why are you here? What are you doing? And he's done nothing wrong, but
Yeah,
I'm like fuming. I'm like, oh, like, just don't. And he's like, well, you're so angry today. And I'm like, oh, I know. In my head, I'm like, I know, I'm really sorry. Can't help it. Don't know why I feel like this. If it was any time of the month, you walking into a room would not annoy me and I could deal with it. But apparently, like, and it, like you say, it's still so real. And there's been like so many times where I've been doing something and someone might say something and I'll get really angry and I think, God, if this was like, if he'd have said this a week later or a week earlier, I probably could have dealt with that and I'd have been
yeah,
like, yeah, this is fine. I've got no problem with doing that. I can do those 10 things for you, no worries. But if you ask me
yeah,
that one week, I'm like, why are you asking me to do this? I can't do 10 things all at once. Rah! I hate
yeah.
hormones.
Literally, our hormones make us a nutcase. What our podcast is. It's so true.
Yeah, they do. They do. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And I am going to try, I've said this so many times, but I am going to try coming off my pill just to see, but I'm going to document it and see how I actually go and see what
Yeah,
happens and see how I feel like each day with like trying to find a new cycle and see how long it lasts. Because if I really hate it, then I might go straight back on the pill. If I turn into an absolute nutcase, which could happen, because this is why I went on the pill. And I'll go back on it because I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, and I
yeah,
know there's been like so much like conversation recently about, oh, the birth control pill's not good for you. Like, it does this, and this. However, for some people, it might help balance them out.
yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. Yeah,
like I was looking at someone's thing the other day and they were saying, look, I know like all this shit's come out about the birth control pill and it's getting a bit of a bad rap at the moment. And yes, it is synthetic hormones and all of that. So it is going to adjust your body and your body's not going to, it is going to dull down some of the stuff your body like goes through naturally. However, they were suffering with migraines 24/7. They went on the pill, it stopped the migraines. So what's going to be better for them?
yeah.
That they can function with it and actually get
So
on with
true.
their work and their life, or they lay in bed because they're not on these hormones and they just stay in bed the whole time and they can't do anything
Mm,
and not enjoy their life.
yeah. It's so
I don't know
true.
what I'd pick.
Oh, absolutely. Like I always used to be when I was on the pill, like when I used to go on it, I always used to not like it because I felt weird and I felt almost like numbed a bit. But then I'm thinking in my head, that sounds quite nice now. Maybe I need a bit of that in my life. Maybe I need a bit of a numbed rather than the
Maybe
crazy
it'll
DMT.
chill. Yeah, maybe it'll chill the anxiety out or whatever. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like you say, I think if you're getting a migraine however many times a week and you literally have to be in bed over taking that and then you can live a normal life, well, if that knocks 5 years off your life, for example, I'm not saying it does. I don't know the research.
Mm,
I don't know. I think I'd rather knock the 5 years off and actually live day to day than just suffer for the rest for like during my life. Like, yeah,
absolutely. But
yeah,
also, like, if you're then being able to do stuff, you can still do stuff that's healthier too. So you could still potentially, even though you're taking that pill, you could still elongate your life more than what you would without take. No, even if you just took it and didn't do anything, it could say it would knock 5 years off your life. It's not going to, but you
yeah,
know. But because you then feel better, you might go and do like strength training, eating better, and all of this because that you're not being affected by it anymore. So you could elongate your life a little bit more, couldn't you?
Yeah, so true. And you're probably not
Because
going
you
to be
can do all these other
stressing.
things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas if you're sat in bed, migraine hangovers are the worst as well. You don't want to eat anything whilst you're having a migraine. Then you want to eat everything. Like that's not going to do your body any good. Like constantly being on that thing,
Yeah.
you might not be able to work. You might not be able to, oh yeah, like you say, horrific. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I suppose, yeah, I mean, we've said 35 plus, but actually thinking about it, I suppose any time from when people, women, families start to have kids, so it could be, well, whatever, but if we say just 30 plus generally, I know there are people that have it in the 20s, but like that is when your life is going to start becoming tougher, isn't it? I think.
Mm,
Like, yes, it gets tougher when you get over 35, 40, like perimenopause, etc. But if you have kids, things just start to, your life is just going to get more challenging ultimately.
absolutely. And through that time, between your 30s and 40s and 50s, your parents, if they're still around, they're getting older. So you haven't
Mm,
just got to like bring kids up. You've also got to help your parents. Like,
mm,
and like oh my parents are pretty well, they're able, they can run around, they can do loads of stuff. Like they're able, but I still have to be around to like, oh, if something's super heavy, can you help us lift this? Can you do this? Can there are still some things that they need help with. And
mm.
like say, like, and they're not ill health. So people that have older parents that are in ill health, you've also got to run around and think about them and care after them. I've got so many clients that are trying to look after a single parent as well as looking after their family and their kids and dealing with their kids being naughty at school, but also their parents worrying about them because they live on their own. And then they're getting ill and are they looking after themselves when they're ill? Like there's so many other things that is then in the back of your mind too that could be
Yeah.
happening.
Oh my gosh. If you're a woman, first and foremost, hard. If you're a woman and has kids, hard. If you're then a woman, has kids, you're a woman, then you go start going through perimenopause, fucking hard. Then, like you say, looking after grandparents, crazy hard. Like caring for those people,
As
like
well as trying to hold down a job and maybe have
hold
a
down a
career
job,
too.
have a career,
Jesus.
look after the house, clean, tidy, do the gardening, do the washing,
I retire. I'm off. I'm out. No, thank you. No more.
cooking,
I'll wave my flag.
food shopping.
What are we having for dinner? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
I bet everyone would kill you for that sentence.
I honestly, like, I just have a
I
dog.
wouldn't wish it on anyone.
No.
If I ever have a little girl, I'm like, I'm so sorry. So, so sorry. I hope you enjoy your life.
Oh. And I really appreciate, and this is not a conversation about having kids, but I just have to throw it out there. But I understand there must be so many rewards of having kids. But honestly, when I've just said all that back, I'm like, I find it hard enough to just do things for myself and my dog and my husband and my house. Like, how do you then throw a kid into that as well? And then two, and then watch them grow
Uh-huh.
up and no, it makes me feel stressed thinking about it.
Uh-huh. And it is, isn't it? It's not just like it's them going out and doing stuff. Like when my dad said to me he wanted to go on holiday on his own, I'm having a panic. I'm like, hang on a minute, what do you mean you're going on holiday on your own? Like, I'm not gonna have to come with you. Like, I'll come with you. You can do what you want in the day, but like just let me be near like somewhere near where you are. And then I think, yeah, but last year, Amy, you went away on your own. Maybe he thought the same thing, and this is probably why I get texts going, "Hi, hon, you okay? Hey, babe, you all right?" Oh, and I'm like, "Why are you texting me? It's so annoying." But then that they obviously worry too, right? You have
Yeah.
then that like the worry, the guilt of like maybe not taking them to like not obviously as they get older, but not taking them out for the day, not doing stuff with them because you've also got to do all these other things as well. There's so much that comes
Mm,
into it. I mean, I get mum dog guilt when I can't take the dog out until like midday because I'm like, oh my
I
God,
know.
he's gonna need a poo. Like I have to take him out, but I don't have time. Like,
Yeah.
you know. Or if you've
Yeah.
only got time for 20 minutes that day, I'm like, I'm sorry, pal, it's a short walk today because I haven't gotten to do this. I feel so guilty.
I know. I know. I literally went out 20 minutes. Like we taken him up half an hour this morning, and then I was like, I'm just trying to change the routine now so it's like morning, evening because it's lighter. But I was like, I felt really bad. So I was like, oh, I'll just take him out for 20 minutes around the block
Mm.
quickly after lunch, and then I'll do another one later. But yeah, it's all of those things, isn't it, that you think about. And the
Yeah.
constant worry. I think that's one thing I don't think I could handle. I would constantly be worrying about the child. Like, is the child okay? Are they alive? Are they breathing? Are they happy? Like,
Mm.
it's a lot,
It's a
isn't
lot,
it?
isn't it? Mm.
Same things.
Snap.
But yeah, and I do think it's so like it's so easy to sit here and say you got to fill your own cup up before you fill out other people's. But I totally understand why mums and women find it hard to fill their own cup up before helping other people because when you're in those situations, like unless you are waking up really early or whether you're it's hard to find those pockets of time, isn't it, to fill your own cup up. But it
Mm.
is so important because when you do that, you're going to be better for your whole family. But it's hard. Like
Mm.
when you're trying to do all those things, because in pockets of time, you're trying to maybe hoover the kitchen or you're trying to clean the bathroom or, oh, I'll quickly just do this. Or, there's always pockets of time that you could be doing something. And then it's nice maybe just to sit down and watch an episode of your favorite program as well. And that's even hard, that's hard to find. Like, it's just really difficult.
Yeah, I think in life we just feel guilty for so much. Like doing or not doing or eating or not eating. Like there's so many
Yeah.
things where guilt comes into it and it just makes life so much harder.
Mm. And it was so interesting because I was listening to a podcast this morning and it was Jay Shetton. He was talking about boredom, and he was saying, like the world now is created so that we don't need to be bored. Like there's our phones, literally notifications, everything. Like we're in a world where you're getting constant dopamine hits. You've got something to fill your time every second of the day, and we're almost taught in society that productivity, if we're not being productive, then we're not good enough. Like that's, I think,
Mm.
what is definitely kind of that's how we're made to feel. But actually, he was saying there was studies done, and actually, we're more creative, we're better people if we have those moments of boredom. And I can't remember, there's something that's activated in the brain. I can't remember what it was called, but something activated when you are bored that then your brain can start actually, you'll start using your brain the way it's intended to be used. And there's so much good stuff in there. But because we're always doing something, we're distracting, we're not actually like unlocking that amazing power in our brains. And they did like an experiment where they I think one group were like made to write copy out numbers out of the phone book for a while. I can't remember how long it was. And they actually did quite well in this, like being creative. And then there was another one that was just made to read the phone book. And after they did that, they ended up doing like really incredible things, being really creative, all this kind of stuff because they'd been in this like just boredom. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, as well as like being productive, it's also good to be a little bit bored. And like rather than constantly listening to podcasts or constantly doing something, just give your time to do nothing for a bit. Or maybe it's just going out for a walk and not listening to something. Or maybe it is just, I don't know, going in the car and not listening to something and actually let your brain just be. And I found
Mm.
it in myself. Like if I go out for walks and don't listen, sometimes I have the best ideas, like just come to me and I get all excited because I'm like, oh, I could do this and could do that. And it's like my brain feels like it's on fire. But that only happens in those moments of pausing. And I suppose as
Mm.
women, like we don't have the chance to utilize that because of everything else that's going on, which is like boredom is probably the least thing on the priority list, isn't it, of what women are trying to do, which is
Yeah,
then, yeah, it's just a,
absolutely. Maybe that's why people are like, yeah, I just do all my thinking when I'm in the shower because you literally cannot do anything else, right? You can't
yeah.
have your phone in the shower and that. So that's probably why people get really good ideas when they're in the shower and stuff like that because they're suddenly like, they don't have any of these things to use whilst they're out and about.
Mm, definitely. I think the key to, and it's interesting because I put a poll into my free group yesterday about like meal planning and stuff. And I was like, who finds it helpful, who does meal planning finds it helpful, who's never tried it, and who doesn't find it helpful. And it was like split between all three. And I thought that was really interesting that people were like, "Oh, I've tried it, it doesn't work." And I know there probably are always people out there that will say that, but like in my head, to manage all of the things that we have to manage, having systems in place to me is like surely the only way that you're going to get through life. Because if you don't have systems, surely your life is going to be all over the place. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you would think so. Like, yeah, like someone said to me about, old habits falling back in place again, and I need to plan my meals again. And I just think, I was thinking about this the other day, thinking, if I went to Tesco with no idea what I'm eating, one, I'm not getting around that shop quick because, I'm going to be fanning around down every friggin' aisle and I will have the worst time of my life. But also, I'm like, I couldn't think of anything worse than walking down the aisles going, well, what am I going to eat? What am I not going to eat? Am I
Yeah.
going to have that? Will I have this? Oh, do I need this? Is that in the cupboard? I can't remember. Maybe I'll
Oh,
just buy it anyway. Or maybe I won't buy it. Like,
stressful.
I just, in my head, I was like, how does this even work? Like, I need to
Yeah.
know at least, like, just to make it simple for me, 2 bits of protein that I'm going to have. So that might be chicken and salmon that week. And I can split between that and then have my base carbs. Okay, haven't got pasta in the cupboard. If not, I'll get pasta and maybe I'll have jack and potatoes. I'll use them for the week and then salad and veg. Like just to make my life easier. That is what I will normally go for. But
Yeah.
I will like plan it before I go. I have a list because otherwise I'll get there and I'll come home and go, fuck, I've missed half of the list that I needed. Like it just blows my mind when people just don't have that. Like it must
Yeah.
be absolute chaos.
Yeah, it must be. It must be. And I'm exactly the same as you. I love to plan and go with my list, and it's just quick, easy, and then I know exactly what I'm having each day. Sometimes I change it. I might have something different one day, and I always have backup options as well. Because sometimes I'm like, I can't be asked tonight. I'm just gonna have a jacket potato with some veg on the side. Done.
Mm,
But yeah. And also with like workouts and stuff as well. I know we both do it, but we plan what days we're going to do the workouts in because otherwise, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Like the thought of not having that in my diary
yeah.
or it stresses
Oh
me
my
out.
gosh.
And
And
having to
that's the
walk into the
thing.
gym and not knowing what I'm going to do as well
Oh
stresses me
God, I
out. Like,
wouldn't. I'd walk straight back out.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Who knows? I'm going home. But that's the thing, isn't it? I know I do all strength train Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, not every week looks like that. This week does not look like that because we're away on Friday.
Yeah.
So this week it is okay. I've gone, yep, I can still do Monday. So Monday's going to stay the same. However, I'm not doing Wednesday because I've got a football match. Again, don't normally have a football match on a Wednesday night, but I'm not going to train on a Wednesday because I have that. I was going to do it today, but I was like, no, I am so tired today. I should probably rest because I've got football tomorrow. So I'm like, right, I can do Thursday. I will do Thursday. Like, but normally I know it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, unless something pops up.
Yeah.
Like, how, yeah, so many people shift move that I'm like, no, I couldn't.
Yeah. I really think the key to success when you are really busy, struggling with your hormones, got kids, going through perimenopause, whatever it is, all of those things, one of those things, having systems in place, planning things out. Yes, it takes a bit of time and effort to begin with, but that is ultimately what is going to keep you on track long term because it just does. Like sitting down to go, these are all the foods I need, these are the recipes I'm having next week, these are the meals I'm going to have. Great, easy, done. These are the workouts I'm going to go this, and this day. Great, I can go for a couple of walks here. Like just planning that out takes, yeah, that little bit of time. But once you start doing that, it literally takes like, it's so quick now. And I can imagine it's probably
Hmm.
the same for you because we just, it's just part of our life now, isn't it? Like you don't even have to
Hmm.
think about it. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I really need to do my meal plan. And then it takes like 5 minutes before I might even go to the shops. Like it's so quick. But yeah, I just think it's really is the key. And it is the way to keep on top of everything. I don't know. I saw this woman on socials and she's got like, I don't know, 7 or 8 kids. And she had these like interactive boards in her house and they all had like each kid had like a to-do list of what they had to do to keep the household running well and her as well. And the kid would like go up and like tick off like made its bed, had its breakfast. I was like, this is amazing. I was like, she's literally got like their names, all their jobs, and they would do it like I mean, and obviously, it's social media, so I'm sure things don't go 100% smooth, but she just had all this system in place to make sure this family was functioning, keeping everything tidy. And, the kids weren't being like, they're not slaves, but they were just doing, make their bed or, just fill the dishwasher and someone else would be empty the dishwasher. So it was just little jobs around the house that just to help out, which I think sets them
Mm.
up for success and the adults as well, doesn't it? So I was like, she's got it down. She knows what she's doing
Yeah,
with those
that's
systems.
sick. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's so good. And it is, yeah, like you say, it's teaching them, isn't it? Like we always used to have, I used to have to do the washing up. My brother used to have to make the table and and then take the table down. Like we had jobs that we had to do.
Mm,
And I think it's good to have that. Like you can't do everything on your own.
no.
Like you have to be able to distribute things to other people and let them do it too. Like it can't just be you. Like
Mm,
other people live in that house as well. And like you're saying, if you can teach the kids to do it, at least when they're older, they know how to do stuff. Because I know so many people who like mother their children so much, like that they don't know how to use a washing machine. So when they move out, they're fucked. They
yeah.
don't know how to cook, so they get takeaways all the time. Well, what are you teaching them then that? Well, getting takeaways is fine. Like, yeah, eat unhealthy all the time. Like, that's not going to be any good for them.
Mm,
Like, you're not teaching. Yes, you think you're doing like, oh, I'll do everything for my child because I want to and I love them and whatever, but you're also not helping them when they have to get out into the big bad world because they don't know
no,
how to do anything.
no, so true. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah. Get them to help you, teach them for, when they're older. Win-win.
Absolutely. And think about their future girlfriends or boyfriends, because then at least like they're not thinking, oh, my future girlfriend or boyfriend's like my mum or my dad's like, doing everything. Like I can actually do stuff on my own.
Yeah, exactly. It's very true.
Mm. Think about your daughters.
Yeah. Think about us women. I feel like we kind of went off track, but we kind of stayed with it mostly.
Absolutely, we did. But all of it is included, right? All of it, yeah, is
Yeah.
a reason as to why things get harder. So yeah, I just think, yeah, systems in place, navigate that season of life that you're in because it
Yeah.
probably will be busier. There are going to be seasons of your life where you're like out partying and doing whatever the hell you want, traveling, living life. And then you're going to have a season where you might have a family and a house and different responsibilities and parents to look after. And then you'll have your life where all your kids disappear, not necessarily fully disappear, but you know what I mean? They all fly the nest and then you've got time back to yourself again. So that's a whole different period because then
Yeah.
you're navigating probably grandkids where you want to be strong enough, fit enough to help them out and also be able to go and travel the world again or whatever it is that you like doing. You've got different seasons and it's navigating those, but having those things in place to help make it easier. It won't make
Yeah.
it pure easy, but it will help you.
Definitely, definitely. And like we were saying, in our 20s we were working out, you were going twice a day, I was going, 5, 6 times a week, whatever. Now I'm going 3 times a week and we're not doing the same and that's okay as well. Like changing it up. When you've just had a baby, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is getting to the gym 3 times a week. You're probably just trying to get through each day and that's fine and maybe do a little walk. Like and it is just adjusting to each
Mm.
season and changing, you know, what what your systems are for that point in time. Um,
Absolutely, without comparing yourself to someone else, because
yeah,
someone else postpartum 3 weeks might be able to do workouts, but some
yeah,
others it might take a year. You never,
yeah,
everyone's different.
exactly, exactly. Don't compare to your old self and don't compare to anyone else. Just think about where you're at now and what you can do now, and that's fine.
Mm. Yeah, no one's judging you. Like I get so many people like, oh, I used to do this. I used to have a six pack. I used to be able to run. I used to blah blah blah. Yeah, I well, great. That's fantastic. I'm really glad you used to be able to do that. However, that's not where we are now, and I'm not
No,
going to compare you to that old self. I'm comparing you to what you can do now.
yeah,
Like if you can only do 3,000 steps, then we're going to try and get five. Like, we're going to see what we can do in those little bits rather than being like, yeah, but I used to do 10,000. That doesn't matter. That was in the past. This is
yeah.
now.
Exactly, exactly. And you might get back up to those 10,000 steps at some point, or you might not. You might get 8,000. That is your daily, what you can hit. And that's also okay. So,
Mm,
yeah, it's finding a routine and life that works for you at that period in life that you're at right now.
mm. Yeah. And not just a cutty cooker. Cookie cutter
Gotcha, cooker.
environment. And not just the cookie cutter plan that goes here, do this every day. The same as old Jack over there. He's also doing that. And also Kelly's doing that. And so is Frank. No,
No,
it
we
doesn't
don't
work.
care what Frank is doing. We care what you are doing. All right?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely don't care what Frank's doing because he's a guy. He can do what he wants.
Exactly. Leave Frank to it. Goodbye,
Yeah,
Frank. Right. Well, let's wrap it up there for today. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you've found that helpful or just enjoyed listening to us ramble today. But
I've
yeah,
enjoyed that today.
yeah, I have as well. So,
Even if you don't, we have. It's fine.
exactly, exactly. If you want to reach out to us, message us, go on our socials, or email us at fitgirlswhoeat93@gmail.com. And yeah, if you have any recommendations, what you want us to hear us talk about, please let us know. Have a good rest of your day, and you'll hear from us soon.
Absolutely. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.
Goodbye.